Hello, Mig Killer. I'm gonna respond, and since my camera's crap, I thought I'd use these pictures. But one, you said there's a difference between spontaneous regeneration and healing, and are you saying that God cannot spontaneously regenerate an arm? Just wondering, so please clarify that. Two, I think the studies that he is talking about, he's kind of saying scientifically, I guess, but they used methods to statistically analyze prayer, Templeton Group, and a couple others. In some cases, it had no effect. In some cases, they found that prayer had negative effect. But still, in no case we have found positive effects, where the quote unquote scientific method has been a part of, which that is a violation of philosophy of science, but still the statistical evidence there shows that something. Four, you're putting the burden proof on the other guy by saying that the rules of the Old Testament don't apply to Christians nowadays. You said you don't think they do, but if you have proof that they do. I wouldn't really know how to explain it why I think that, but just to say, think, no, I don't. You're asking for his proof, but you're saying that those written words don't apply to you. I'm thinking that's probably word, but I'll have to think of better words later. And then five, you were talking about slavery in the Bible. You talked about the rules and that stuff. Well, I went to Bible Gateway and did a search for slave. Slave comes up 164 times in the Bible. Not all of them are for rules and regulations on how to treat them. Most of the beginning is about the Canaanite people and all that stuff, and going on, there's the more. Six, as I've tried to say before, evidence that I would take for the miracles of Jesus Christ would be an outside eyewitness source of the miracles. He has affected so many people. If you read through the Bible, there's a lot of people that could have wrote stuff down. They're kings, there were priests, all of that stuff. And you might say because the Romans, I believe, were on a spree of destroying Christian relics and all that stuff. Well, with all that stuff, I would expect for at least one thing to have been okay. It's kind of weird that only the Gospels would have survived then until Josephus came around. Next, you're talking about drinking blood and eating the body. There are many old religions. I'm putting a link that has a little, that has a page that talks about it. But I will quote it quickly. It was also a cardinal belief that from remotest times that inspiration, a fresh access of life, was derived from drinking blood. The sacrament of eating bread and drinking wine, partaking of the body and blood of the gods of productivity, was a part of the ancient mysteries, and the idea of sanctifying oneself by assimilating a divine being goes back to remotest times. It was but a step up to transform the symbol into the Christian sacrament of Eucharist. That he that drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him, perpetuates an old belief founded in nature worship or worship of life. And then, last thing, I would like to talk to you about that Mithra thing. There is a lot of bullshit there, but there are a couple things that are paralleled in the Christian religion, and there was some stuff like paintings and stuff that got a belief going that one was derived from the other, but mostly there are like 5 points. There's one God in Mithraism and Christianity. There's a devil figure. There's an eternal life, and then there's the like the living Christ type figure, which would be Mithra and Jesus. They don't parallel each other exactly like they say, but there are some points that are I find quite interesting, and I can point you to a book that shows many other parallels to many old religions. And a last thing about the divorce thing, if you can just put the link up where you found that, I'd like to see it. I'm a little lazy to find it myself, and I'm sure you have the link on your computer. So, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.